Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. We have multiple major updates out of Venezuela as all eyes continue to watch the regime of dictator Nicolás Maduro and the United States military as we rush and flood more and more assets into the region. I am filming this on November 30th, so all information is up to date as of November 30th. We have a ton of different stuff to go through here, including reports that Maduro might have fled or his plane fled the country. We're going to break that down, as well as a ton of other stuff. Fighter jets buzzing the coast yet again. We got a ton of stuff we're going to get into. But before we do, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you guys absolutely nothing at all. Huge, 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 huge boost to the channel. Comment with your thoughts below. You guys have been awesome in the comments. Keep it up. What do you think is going to happen? How do you want to see this unfold? What would be the best case scenario? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a thing. And then Instagram, David_Hookstead, X, Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. My DMs are wide open. Please reach out with any tips you have. And then in the video description and the pinned comment, you can find the link to our exclusive new membership tiers. I hope you guys check it out. We got a lot of fun stuff planned. Now, let's get into it. As we know, tensions with Venezuela continue to rise. President Trump and Maduro did have a phone call a few days ago where President Trump made it clear your only two options here are you can step down or we will remove you from power. Those are your only two options. There's no plan C. There's plan A, plan B. Plan A, you step down voluntarily and you flee to Turkey is what the reported location where Maduro might go because of his close relationship with Erdogan, or you can stay in power and then the United States military is going to come in and solve this problem for the world. President Trump, I'll throw this up on the screen, also a few days ago, I believe on Thanksgiving, was speaking with service members when he, and I've showed this video before, but it's important context, when he announced that strikes on land in Venezuela will start, quote, very, very soon. So he is making it clear the strikes are coming. So let's go ahead and watch his comments for those of you who haven't seen them yet.
Where are you, Colonel? Colonel, let's see here. You're right there. Thank you, Colonel. All of you are backbone of America, and you really are the backbone of America's air power. And in recent weeks, you've been working to deter Venezuelan drug traffickers, of which there are many. Of course, there aren't too many coming in by sea anymore, if you probably noticed that, from sending their poisons into the United States, where they kill hundreds of thousands of people a year. But we're going to take care of that situation. We're already doing a lot. We've almost stopped. It's about 85% stopped by sea. You probably noticed that. People aren't wanting to be delivering by sea. And we'll be starting to stop them by land also. The land is easier, but that's going to start very soon. We warn them, stop sending poison to our country. We also have the 18th Space Defense.
So that right there was President Donald Trump saying the strikes on land targeting Venezuela will start very, very soon. Now, as of November 30th, the day I'm filming this, we have not dropped any bombs on Venezuela, but we continue to posture and do things that would indicate that is inevitable, that is coming. And there was a ton of chatter on Saturday about what is happening, when is this going to start, how is this going to go down? And yet again, the United States buzzed Venezuela with fighter jets. I'm going to throw this up on the screen. So it says U.S. Navy F-18 Super Hornet call sign FX 51 and FY 52 right here from the USS Gerald R. Ford. You can see them flying not far off the coast of Venezuela, just north of Curacao, right there, kind of by Aruba. You can see them on the screen. They had their transponders on, so they were not trying to hide from the world. They had no problem with the world knowing they were there. You can get a look at, I don't know if those are the exact planes, but those are F-18s. And then here is another look. So it says F-18 Super Hornets with carrier Air Wing 8 have been conducting continuous flights today over the Southern Caribbean, only miles off the coasts of the Dutch islands, Aruba and Curacao, as well as Venezuela, with them now returning to the USS Gerald R. Ford. So on Saturday, we flew fighter jets. Yet again, we've done this many times now. We've even flown bombers to the coast of Venezuela, right there pretty much testing their air defenses. Now, why is that important? Because these planes, as I've said before, have technology on them where they can soak up and map out Venezuela's air defense systems. And that way, if we are going to strike, we can hit them with cruise missiles, wipe out their air defense before the planes go in, which obviously would be much, much safer for our pilots. We don't want to put our pilots at risk. So we've got right here. So these were photos released by the United States military of the F-18s. It's a beautiful plane. The F-18 is a beautiful, beautiful fighter jet. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Now, let me get this ready for you. So this comes from CNN. It is a report about what Maduro, the dictator of Venezuela, is doing in anticipation of a U.S. strike. So it says Caracas is actively being fortified with fresh layers of defenses, with one of the most striking developments on the outskirts of the capital near Venezuela's coastline in the north. Along the Caracas La Guaira, I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly, highway, a critical route that connects the Caribbean shoreline to Caracas, an array of concrete anti-vehicle hedgehog barriers have been expanded. Venezuelan authorities posted footage on October 9th from the highway, which was verified by CNN, showing dozens of concrete hedgehog obstacles along with heavy machinery emblazoned with military logos. So this is what they're putting down. You can see that on the screen. That is, I assume, so that you can't drive vehicles down. I honestly don't even know. And then right here, we've got a map of what they are reinforcing along Caracas to attempt to stop a U.S. military strike. And then it says air defense systems. With the arrival of advanced U.S. warplanes and drones to the Caribbean, Maduro's armed forces are putting their air defense capabilities on full display. Last week, footage published by Venezuelan military unit showed a mobile Russian air defense system, the P-18-2M, early warning radar used to detect incoming aircraft and munitions, deployed at a military base east of Caracas on Isla Margarita. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. If I'm not, let me know in the comments below. Other systems were shown off during air defense drills at a military compound in the capital, including a medium-range Buk M2E. The Venezuelan National Bolivarian Armed Forces has nearly a dozen other all-Russian built, according to CSIS figures. Anti-air platforms like these are critical to protecting Venezuelan airspace, but experts have questioned the condition of some, seemingly in an attempt to dissuade concerns. One FANB unit published footage of soldiers scrubbing a shorter range Pachero S-125 anti-air system with soap and water, which you can see right here. It continues, but questions remain about the combat readiness of other platforms like the long-range S-300 surface-to-air missile system bought by Venezuela years ago that have been notably scarce in government media and drills in recent weeks. So they are rushing out their air defense. They're rushing weapons to the coast in an attempt to try to either convince Trump not to do it, or they're actually going to open fire on the U.S. And then we have this as well. So it says a BM-21. This comes from a Arrecho, ARRECHO. This is a great OSNet account focused on the region. It says BM-21 Grad System 122 millimeter self-propelled multiple rocket launcher in Lecheria. So these are weapons they have brought to the coast in an attempt to fight the American military. You can see it right there at the top of your screen. And then here is the location of the rocket system. Speaking of air defenses, so the United States has installed incredibly advanced radar in Trinidad and Tobago, which is just miles away from Venezuela. It says footage today posted by Pierce Robinson on Facebook appears to show a U.S. Marine Corps ANTPS-80 ground air task-oriented radar, likely with the Marine Air Control Squadron deployed at ANR Robinson International Airport in Trinidad and Tobago as part of the much larger military installation reportedly under construction on the eastern road of Crown Point Runway. So right here, I'm going to go full screen. I can't play it because of the sound. I get in old trouble with YouTube. But right there, you can see the radar system, and it's turning. So again, you can't hear anything due to the audio. And then right here, now I want to talk about this. So there was a report, massive viral reports on Saturday that Maduro might have fled the country and gone to Brazil. His personal aircraft flew down to the Brazilian border. We do not know who was on it. We do not know where it went. We have really no idea, but it is worth noting. It says that an unusual moment in the Venezuelan sky, an Airbus A319 used in official trips by Nicolás Maduro flew to Santa Elena de Urian on the border with Brazil before returning to Caracas. The aircraft, operated by Convisa and sanctioned by the U.S. since 2020, could be seized if it enters U.S. or allied territories. There's no evidence Maduro traveled on board. So that's an important point to make. We do not have evidence that Maduro fled the country or Maduro was on this plane. We don't know that, so I'm not going to put that out there. All we know is his personal plane took a strange, mysterious flight down by the Brazilian border, turned its transponder off, disappeared for a while, and then eventually returned. And speaking of airspace over Venezuela, I'm going to put this up for you. So this is as of the morning of November 30th. You can see a couple planes are still in the sky. Now, I will tell you, I checked this on the night of November 29th, Saturday, and there was not a single plane in the sky, not one. All of Venezuela planes had been grounded or whatever you want to call it. No planes were in the sky. So that is a significant development, in my opinion. Now, as of this morning, there are a couple planes up, but not many. Clearly, people don't want to be flying through Venezuelan airspace after Trump declared the airspace was closed. So those are the updates we have. We have fighter jets yet again buzzing the coast of Venezuela. We have Venezuela rushing weapons to the coast, rushing anti-air, rushing rocket systems to the coast out of fear of a United States-led strike. Obviously, that is very, very significant. We have rumors and reports that Maduro's plane took this strange trip. We don't really fully know what happened there. And then we have the airspace over Venezuela, depending on the hour, either has planes in the air or is completely shut down. So a lot of moving pieces yet again. I know I've been saying a lot of moving pieces a lot, but truly a lot of moving pieces. So that is where we are as of November 30th, as of the making of this video. Listen, I don't know what comes next. I don't know when the bombs are going to start falling, but clearly, yet again, we have more evidence that both sides are scrambling. The fighter jets continue to buzz, weapons on the coast. We are in a high alert status. The Venezuelan military has been put on a high alert. They are clearly bracing for some kind of imminent attack. Will it happen? When it happens? Those are questions that have not yet been answered, but I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about this situation? How do you want to see the situation? And how do you think it will end? Let me know in the comments below. Please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Cost you guys nothing at all. Huge boost to the channel. Hit that bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a thing. Instagram, David_Hookstead, X, D Hookstead. That's where you can find me online. My DMs are wide open. Reach out for any tips you have. And then in the video description and in the pinned comment, you can find the link to our exclusive members-only tiers we just launched. I really encourage you guys to check that out. Thank you for watching. As always, I will bring you more updates when we have them. I'll see you all next time.